On this week's segment of ADvice, Ryan Townend, CEO of William Joseph Communications, joins me to chat about keeping your business ahead of the curve. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
So William Joseph Communications has been producing smart marketing strategies and breathtaking creative for over 17 years now. How have marketing trends evolved over those years?
You're starting to date me here. 17 years, geez, that's a long time. Go back in the day, websites weren't even a thing when I started marketing. Okay. And now look at where we are today. The world keeps changing. Technology is evolving, and we find that data is now running the world. And marketers have to really dial into the technology and the data and the innovation in our industry to stay ahead of the curve.
So what does the data indicate about consumer behavior in this brand new year, 2020?
Yeah, so what you're starting to find is that now more than ever, people want to have information that's completely relevant to them. They want information that speaks to their problems, that tells them a story, and it's very customer-centric. Mm-hmm. You also see continually the uprise of video. People are connected with video and storytelling, and that's just a trend that has been very strong in the past and will keep surging forward.
Okay, so what to do with data? Can't businesses just look at consumer data on their own and make marketing decisions?
It's quite overwhelming. I get reports all the time that show me how things are performing, and I look at the numbers and I'm like, what does that even mean? So I think as a business owner, it's really quite tricky to figure out what does this data tell us. You need to interpret it. And there are experts out there, like companies like William Joseph, that can help companies really interpret that data and make smart decisions from it. It definitely does direct the direction you need to go.
Okay, so great insight. Speaking of marketing trends, what do you think will be, we're going to gaze into the crystal ball a little bit here.
All right.
What do you think will be the top marketing trends of 2020?
Oh, goodness. Isn't that the million-dollar question? I speak to Alexa all the time at home, and she seems to keep my life running. So what we're starting to see is the surge of people speaking to devices. Back in the day, you would type in inquiries, now you speak them. So marketers have to be very sensitive to queries that people are now using, because the way we speak and the way we type are very different. So again, it's becoming very intuitive for us now as consumers to use devices and interact with marketing. So we as marketers have to be listening to what they're saying.
All right, so Siri and Alexa positioned for a takeover. What else do you predict?
Well, now that we've got them under control, there's lots of exciting things happening. We'll flip to the next slide here. So the one thing that you also see is podcasts.
Okay.
Podcasts are on the rise. I think people are tuning in for information that's relevant and credible to them, and they're choosing the information they want to listen to. So I think gone are the days of selling, and here are the days of educating. So you're going to start seeing that podcasts and their presence appear more in the social and digital platform to educate viewers about their story.
What about social media? Does it still have a marketing currency in 2020?
Oh, absolutely. Social media is going very strong. Again, it has to be relevant, credible. It has to differentiate you. You must have a strategy. You have to tell people an interesting story to keep them compelled to follow you. The other thing too is when you start investing in your social media, boosting posts, there's just new technology behind the scenes to help you really target in who you want to talk to.
Before we wrap up, I want to talk about Google and search engine optimization in 2020. Will anything be changing?
Oh goodness, Google never stays still. It's always evolving, so you too must evolve. Google's created things like affinity groups where you can really target in special interest groups that are interested in your areas of expertise. Google's evolving, and I think you have to be dialed into what they're doing so that you optimize your SEO in the marketplace.
And final thoughts on how a business owner can actually keep up with marketing trends realistically?
All right, well, as much as there's trends, be true to your strategy. Just because something's trending doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it. I do always say though, stay on top of the technology curves, because there's things out there today that really could help you automate your marketing and drive massive results that you just might not know about. So again, if you don't know, come to companies like ourselves to help you figure that out and be prepared for 2020.
Great advice. Thanks for doing this, Ryan.
Thank you.